Hey folks, welcome to Trucking and the Los Angeles Auto Show. We are down here taking a look at all the new vehicles, and one of the most exciting here at the show is right behind me. That's the brand new, fully redesigned 2024 Hyundai Santa Fe, and we're going to tell you all about it. I said fully redesigned, and you can tell right away by looking at the Santa Fe, they didn't keep any of the history, heritage, nothing. This thing has nothing to do with the design of the last Santa Fe because they're really trying to make it bold, rugged, and quite honestly, that's where the whole industry is going, right? The whole adventure off-road thing is massive right now, and unlike some other brands which just add an adventure off-road trim, Hyundai said, let's just redesign the entire vehicle to make it look like that. So yes, the styling is no doubt the big deal on this thing because it's just so different from what it was. Now, the other thing that changed is the size. The wheelbase here, about 2 inches longer than it was before. Overall length is about 2 inches longer than it was before, and there is now a standard third row in the Santa Fe. So this is a 3-row vehicle, and they're really trying to blend the lines between Tucson and Santa Fe and Palisade. This thing is filling the gap in between, but it also overlaps a little with Palisade on the high end and a little with Tucson on the low end. So again, they're trying to plug that gap. And then the other thing they're really doing here is going after brands, in my opinion, like Land Rover with the Defender, or like that brand new Land Cruiser from Toyota. Those are the types of sort of rugged SUVs that Hyundai is trying to jump into the ring with the new Santa Fe. Now, another upgrade here, 4,500 pounds of available towing on the really cool XRT model, and why don't we go show you that right now. This right here is that XRT model, and before I go into the details, we have to talk about powertrains now, right? So when the Santa Fe launches, you're going to have a 2.5 liter turbo engine available, and that thing is making 277 horsepower and 311 pound-feet of torque. Now, about a month later in 2024, they're going to launch a hybrid model. That's a 1.6 liter hybrid engine, and that thing makes 232 horsepower and 271 pound-feet of torque. And the interesting thing is the hybrid is going to be the base option. That's going to be the more affordable option, and then stepping up to the 2.5 liter turbo, well, yeah, you're actually going to pay more for that. So, like I mentioned, here is our XRT. This is the model that's supposed to be even more rugged, even more off-road ready, and there's a couple upgrades that make it so. The big one, a 1.5-inch lift, so you do actually get better angles out of this thing. Your body's a little higher. And the lift allows you to put on 30-inch all-terrain tires. That's a huge deal. That is no doubt the most influential upgrade you can make from the factory, is a nice set of all-terrains, and that's exactly what we have here on the Santa Fe. Now, we also get that roof rack up there, which is kind of cool, and then if you'll follow me over here to the side of the vehicle, Dad, you'll see another really neat feature. And again, this is super reminiscent of a Land Rover Defender, but they actually put this kind of hidden handle in here. So if I gotta get up on the roof, 1 foot on the tire, grab that handle, and up I go. That's a kind of a cool feature. And again, it's Hyundai's nod to the fact that this thing is supposed to be about going on an adventure. Now, the back end too, Hyundai made a big deal about the back end because this entire rear space has been made bigger. They made it 6 inches wider, they say, and Hyundai's sort of pitch to us is they're trying to make this more of a space where you want to spend some time. So yeah, you're out on the trail, you come back here and sit, eat your lunch, hang out, and that was their thinking in sort of making this a bigger opening. And then not to mention, you're just going to be able to fit more cargo in here. Now, I mentioned it's a 3-row, and this is truly the kind of 3-row where you're going to choose cargo space or the third row, not both, because there's really not a lot of cargo space in here when the third row is up. So yes, you're going to have to kind of go for that trade-off, and then if you truly do need something bigger, of course, you can step up to a larger Hyundai. But I'm going to have to climb in here soon and see how I fit, because it doesn't look like that big of a third row, but we'll see that soon. So why don't we jump in the interior now, and I'll show you that. Now we're inside, and of course, just like the exterior, the interior is all new here. It really doesn't share anything in common with the old Santa Fe. And, you know, the typical Hyundai things now are this massive curved screen up here in front of me. I do like that, unlike the Tucson, they've kept knobs and buttons in here, so I appreciate what they've done down here. And then we got a few interesting features. There's a four-wheel drive lock button. That's, like it sounds, just gonna make sure power is getting to all four wheels right as you take off. And there's hill descent control right here, plus drive modes as well. So you got to assume there's going to be mud, rocks, sand, those type of drive modes in this vehicle. Now outside of that, and these are changes that come to all Santa Fe's, there's just a lot more storage and utility in the interior. For example, double glove box. So you have your upper and you have your lower glove box over there. Over here in my center console, they've actually hinged this bin both ways. So the passengers in the back can hinge it up and then grab something in there. That's a really smart idea that I've never seen anyone else do either. Now, this pass-through down here is massive. This is also becoming pretty common, but it is nice to have because you can store so much stuff down there. So right here, we have charging for one cell phone wirelessly, but in the calligraphy model, you can charge 2 cell phones at the same time down here, which is also some nice convenience. And follow me now, and let's go check out the back rows. So second row, I'll climb in. Always have to mention, I stand at 6'2", and I got loads of space here. This is really nice. Lots of knee room, no problem there. Tons of headroom. This has got to be 2-3 inches. This feels really spacious for a second row. And then for amenities, I got a pocket there. There is a pull-out little bin down here as well, so even more storage for your second row passengers. Couple cup holders over here. I have my own HVAC vent right here that's gonna blow on me. So this is a really legitimate, accommodating second row, but now let's see how the third is. So, push the button, that tumbles, and here I go. Here, I'll tumble this one for you too. So you can see me. And coming back. And this is not as bad as I expected. It's actually decent. First of all, headroom. And the headroom here is all a product of the design. You make a big boxy vehicle and that maximizes your space. And I just have loads of headroom. I'm not used to that in third rows. The issue is my knees are tall. They're really kind of up, which isn't that comfortable. But I have enough knee room to the seat in front of me. I'm surprised, guys. I thought this was gonna be bad, and it's really not. I could actually sit back here for a legitimate amount of time and be comfortable. And then I also have amenities. I get my own HVAC vent. I get cup holders over here. We have charging right here as well with an actual 3-prong plug. So yeah, again, there is a compromise because there's not much storage, but this third row isn't that compromised. It's actually pretty dang good. And I have to show you this other interior as well. This is the calligraphy edition. This is the top trim. This is all about luxury. I mentioned that we do have the double cell phone charger down here that you're not getting an XRT. And then a bit of a different take. It's a bit of a darker interior. You're getting these leather seats with the nice stitching, big contours in them. But also, again, interior design, very square, very vertical and horizontal. Not a lot of swooping lines like a lot of the other Hyundais have, which once again, this thing is truly a departure from the Hyundai lineup. They really didn't try to keep those other interior cues intact. They said, what's gonna work best for this Santa Fe customer? And that's what's in this SUV. Now I'll also point out I have a little sunroof here, and then there's another sunroof in the back, so it's not the monster panoramic, but you actually get a dual sunroof in this top trim as well. And there's another XRT model that Hyundai brought out to the show. It's right behind me, and this essentially just a concept, but really what it is, it's a showcase. It's a showcase of if you are that adventure guy, if you got your bike and your tent, all your camping gear, your Max Tracks, this is what the vehicle is going to look like, truly ready for adventure. And now, of course, we need to hear from you guys. What do you think of the styling? This is such a big departure for Hyundai. I feel like other brands really get caught up in we need a family image that has to kind of carry through the lineup, or we have to bring some styling cues from the past to make sure it's connected to the future. Hyundai didn't do that. They said clean sheet, let's just attack this market with exactly what people are looking for. And I think they nailed it. Honestly, this thing is so cool. It's gonna catch eyeballs going down the road. But once again, please, I need to hear from you. So right now, go in the comments, let me know what you think of the new Santa Fe, especially this new styling and that new face. And don't forget, while you're down below, hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, please hit join to become a member of Trucking, and then come right back to the channel to see what we're testing next. See ya.